Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Patrick Barbieri, and I am the Executive Director of the Lab Collaborative. And today I have with me Ross, who's a student at our Lab Lexington High program. And this is the first in the interview series that I'm going to do with students at Lab. And I'm going to get to it in a second, but Ross has something very special to share with us. But first of all, Ross, thank you very much for joining me in this interview. And I want to ask, just by having you tell us a little bit about yourself. So can you first tell me, what town do you live in?
Andover. All
right. And how far is that away from Lexington? How long does it take you to get here from school?
Not that, sort of, not that far.
Okay, about half an hour in the van or so?
Something like that.
All right, good, good. Now, how long have you been a student at Lab?
5 years.
Excellent. And the whole time that you've been a student at Lab, Ross, you have been attending Lab Lexington High School?
Yes.
All right, great. You're doing great so far. Tell me a little bit about who your teachers are currently in your classrooms.
Miss Dixon and Miss Farley.
Great, and tell me a little bit about them. How do you like the class, and how you've been enjoying everything in the room?
It was good.
So you can tell me a little bit about the teachers.
We do math together.
Great, great. Excellent. You have a lot of friends in the class.
Yep.
You going to the lab dances with some of the students?
Sometimes. When it'll be like what do you call it? The
Valentine's Day dance?
Something like that.
All right, good, good. I also want to ask you, Lab has a lot of work sites, and I know some days you're in school and some days that you go to our work sites. Can you tell me the days that you work and where you work?
Well, on Mondays I work at a private healthcare with Miss Kressler.
Miss Kressler?
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, she's great. Who else?
And I go to Home Foods on Wednesdays, and I'll have Miss Saint.
Janet Saint. Great. Miss Saint's great. All right. Good. Good. All right. So let's get to the real part of the interview, and the reason why I wanted to meet you and certainly conduct this interview. So what I heard was that you recently became an Eagle Scout. And I got to tell you, when I heard that, I was very inspired by it. I got to admit, I don't know really anybody else who has become an Eagle Scout, but I know how important that is and how long it takes to become that. So I just had to get in touch with you and talk to you a little bit about it. So, Russ, do you remember when you first started in the Webelos or the Cub Scouts? Were you in elementary school when you started?
Yeah, I was in between that age, yes.
All right, good. So you started fairly young, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So tell us, or people out there that want to know about becoming an Eagle Scout, what's the hardest part of attaining the rank of Eagle Scout?
Well, you can do non-stop with the merit badges, and or you can stop and continuously do it.
Did you feel any time that when you started from a Cub Scout to finally becoming an Eagle Scout that you wanted to give up? You say, "Wow, it's just going to take me too long to do this"?
Well, no, not necessarily. When I wanted to be an Eagle Scout, I wanted to earn the badges and never give up. But I mean, I got frustrated because I was going nonstop, and it was just frustrating. But it was worth it because it was fun to do.
Excellent. So, even though it was frustrating at some points, you just persevered and kept on going because you had that goal of being an Eagle Scout, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Great, excellent. So if you can think of some words, it's hard, I'm not an Eagle Scout, I don't know what it's like to be, but can you tell me, or tell the audience here that may be watching this, who could be other students and parents, tell us, what does it mean to be an Eagle Scout? If you put it in words, what does it mean to be an Eagle Scout?
Well, it means to be trustworthy, to be courteous to other people, and thrifty and clean and reverent. Many of those nice things. You have to obey the law of Eagle Scouts. You can't disobey the law once you not turn back.
Great, excellent. So if somebody out there was, thinking about becoming an Eagle Scout and starting, maybe we're in elementary school like you were, what advice would you give them if they were first starting out?
Well, it's fun to do. And if it was frustrating, they could decide before they started.
Excellent. So you want to tell them that they may have frustrating moments.
Yeah, you could say that.
Okay. And, I think as you told me before is, never give up. It's good to have goals in life, and
right.
Obviously if you have a goal, it's going to help you achieve it a little bit better rather than having no goals, right?
Right.
Okay.
That's correct.
All right. I'm doing pretty good so far, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now that you're an Eagle Scout, somebody would say, wow, you've attained the highest rank. But my guess is that's probably not true. There's other things that you can do. What's next after you've become an Eagle Scout? I mean, what else do you do from here?
Well, I am a junior assistant scout master, but I can also decide if I want to continue to be a master at the Boy Scout place if I decide to be one of those Boy Scout masters, which are the basically like the head boss.
That's
So
right.
I have a head boss bigger, and his name is Mr. Milligan, and he's a head boss of everyone else.
Everybody has a boss. It doesn't matter how far you get up, right?
Yeah.
So really what you're doing is you're going to be teaching. I mean, you're going to start to give back what your teachers have given you to the Cub Scouts and the Boy Scouts. So now become an Eagle Scout, you can go head towards, the master, and now you're giving back to all the kids that are going to come through the Boy Scouts, and hopefully you inspire them to become an Eagle Scout. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Great, great.
Say that.
All right. Now, I don't know if the audience will be able to see, but if we look back here on the board, I'm going to give the microphone to Ross, but he brought in some pictures. So, Ross, if you can just quickly kind of go through those, explain where you are and what you're doing in these pictures, that would be great.
Well, this was from my Eagle project, and this was in Baker's Meadow, if you don't know, and it was hard because we would start at a place, which apparently is a picture we can't find anymore on here, but we start digging these holes for the poles, and it was hard because one rainy day it covered the hole a little bit, so we had to re-dig it a little bit.
So are you making a bridge as part of your Eagle Scout project?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was. Okay. And we had the sign and the where it was from Baker's Meadow, and it's like one big meadow, but it's also a farm. It used to be a farm, and with this guy which would do a tractor and take the hay. He would get the hay, but it was a problem, so he couldn't do that anymore. But it was a really good place.
Great.
And I got the idea for the bridge over here.
Very nice.
On a platform, and added some like dirt scenery. You probably can't see it in there.
Excellent. All right.
And the pairs of groups.
So come back over here, Ross. Come back next to me over here. So Ross, I want to thank you very much for taking the time to do this interview. I probably took you out of math or something. I'm sure you're going to have to make up a little bit of work, but that's okay. So again, thank you very much. Appreciate you coming on here, and hopefully everybody out there is you can inspire them to become an Eagle Scout and really to make goals in their life, because I think that's so important.
Yep, and new scouts which come. Sometimes we'll have new scouts too.
Right.
Yeah.
Great. Well, I look forward to that and hearing more, and you take care, okay?
You too.
Thank you.